Our next topic is graves. And the reason we mention the graveyard in Aqidah is because the first people to have ever committed shirk from the creation of Adam alayhi salam were the people of Prophet Noah alayhi salam. The place they committed this shirk was in the graveyard. People, when they were created since Adam, they were muwahhideen. They were upon tawheed. They only worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it was difficult for shaitan to come to a nation that has knowledge. So how does shaitan enter into them? Now, when righteous people died during those times, shaitan would beautify them to these people and tell them, you should take a picture of this righteous person as a memory so that you remember him because he's so pious and so righteous. So just as a memory and nothing more. And they would do this. And this is the tricks of shaitan. And as that generation died and another generation came, they were more ignorant. As knowledge started leaving and becoming less and less in these nations. So he made these things beautified for them, making them think that their parents had these pictures, had these things of these people. So surely these people must be something. So they started turning their dua to these pictures. They started going to the graveyard and asking the righteous people that are dead instead of turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that was the first form of shirk to be placed since the creation of Adam alayhi salam. And since that time till today, if you roam the world and you look at different people, different religions all around, you'll notice that graveyards are places where people commit the most shirk, where they go and they start asking the dead for things. They go and they start sacrificing animals for these dead people, trying to find health, trying to find wealth, whatever it may be, or protection. And that is why Islam came with many strict rulings about graveyards. It was even impermissible for anyone to visit the graveyard in the beginning of the da'wah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was only after that the Prophet ﷺ permitted the Sahaba to visit the graveyards under conditions. And these are two main conditions. The first one is that you visit for the purpose of praying for the dead, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive them and so on. And the second reason for visiting is to remember. When you go to a graveyard and you see people that you used to know and realize that now they are in the ground, they are dead, their time has passed, then it's a remembrance for you so that you remember death, so that you turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Other than these two reasons, you should not be visiting a graveyard at all. And I highly recommend that you learn all of the fiqh rulings regarding visiting the graveyard. What are the things that you are permitted to do? What are the things you are not permitted to do? So for example, you're not allowed to walk on the graves or sit on any grave. It is impermissible. When you enter the graveyard, you should take off your shoes and walk barefoot. You should say the dua, the common dua, Assalamu alaikum ya ahl al-diyari min al-muslimina wal-mu'minin, antum as-sabiqun, wa insha'Allah nahnu al-lahiqun. Then you make dua for them. So this dhikr, this dua is how you go and you salute the believers in the graveyards. This is all sunan that we learned from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.